Shalom, shalom, people of God. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, like, share, and join me on this wonderful journey that I'm on. Today, I wanted to share some personal things with you guys. Ooh, let's get personal. So your girl is about to hit 30. Yeah, I was just born yesterday, you guys. I was literally just born yesterday, and now I'm about to hit 30. How is that possible? But with that being said, I wanted to share a few lessons that I've learned throughout my whole life. 30 years. I'm not 30 yet, but 30 years is quite a lot. It's more than a quarter of a century, you guys. So it's a lot of years to be in this world. So I just wanted to share a few lessons I've learned myself. Maybe it's gonna help somebody out there, and that's the purpose of this video. First and foremost, the biggest lesson I have learned, truly, is putting God first. And I learned this lesson more in my 20s. In my teens, I wasn't really into, put God first or this and that. I was a Christian and I was doing all, But in my 20s is when I started to truly put this word in my life, putting God first in everything that I do, thinking about God in every decision that I make. Literally putting God first changed my life for the better. So that was the biggest lesson of them all. Second lesson I have learned is listening to yourself. A little quick testimony. I used to work 2 jobs, day and night. Yeah, your girl had no sleep for almost like 2 years. And so my body would tell me, oh, this is actually not healthy, this and that. You need sleep to function. You need to take care of your body in order to be healthy. I wouldn't listen to that. I would continue working. But there was a time that I was like, until when? I need to start listening to myself. I need to start listening to my body. I need to start listening to my gut. I need to start listening to my heart, listening to my brain, listening to yourself. Yourself knows what yourself wants. Yourself knows what yourself needs. So it is only right to listen to what yourself is telling you. It could be your body. It could be your brain or your mind. It could be your gut. It could be yourself. Just listen to yourself, okay? Listen to yourself. That's one of the lessons that I've learned in my late 20s. I would just dismiss every little voice that comes to me or this and that. But in my late 20s is when I started, just listening to myself. If myself needs a self-care day, I'm going to get in my car and just go give myself a self-care day. If myself wants to shop, I'm going to pull out that card and go shop. If myself needs sleep, I'm going to take some time and sleep. If myself doesn't feel someone's energy or someone's vibes, I'm just going to dismiss myself from there. So listen to yourself, because yourself knows what you need. Lesson number 3, you don't need a big circle to survive. I've always been someone who just is best friends with my siblings. So all my siblings are truly my best friends. So if you were to ask me who's your best friend, I'm gonna name this and that and that and that, and you're gonna come to find out that they are my siblings. Yeah. So you don't need a big circle. Although I will say, I have 50 million siblings, so maybe you could say that's a big circle, but that's beside the point. You don't need a big circle to survive. You just need that one person that could be true to you and that could be loyal to you, that could be real to you, that could be faithful to you, and you just hold on to that one person. You just need one person, guys. Shout out to my besties out there. You know who you are. So that's another lesson that I've learned. But I really learned this lesson, and at my youngest age, I just never really was the type of person to just go out there and pour out my whole heart. When I have like 50 million people in the house, I could do that too, So, hey, I'm just saying. Lesson number 4, to be alone is different from being lonely. You can be alone and not be lonely. You can be alone and not be lonely. What does that mean? When you're lonely is when you don't complete yourself. You feel like you need somebody to be there with you to feel like you're complete. You know what I'm saying? But when you're alone, like right now, hey, I'm alone in my car, I'm alone in my car, but I'm not lonely. Why? Because I complete myself, So to be alone does not mean you're lonely. You need to differentiate the two, okay? And know what stage you're in. Some people really just, the two does not go together. The two are different. You can be alone and not be lonely. It's possible. It's very possible. You just have to be satisfied with your own self. You have to be satisfied with your own presence. You have to be satisfied with, who you are. And so, yeah, differentiate the two. Lesson number 5. Self-care is never selfish. You need to take some time and care for yourself in order to function for other people that might need you out there. It's not selfish. It's never, ever selfish. Self-care, self-love, self-anything isn't ever selfish. So take care of yourself. Fill your cup first so that you can go out there and fill others' cups. Take care of yourself. Because there might be people out there depending on you, which is why you need to, care for yourself. Lesson number 6. The season you're in, you are meant to be in it. Listen, guys. The season you are in right now, you are meant to be in it. People tend to rush things when they are in a particular season, especially if they're like hurting or if they're like going through so much or whatever the case may be. You tend to rush things and you find yourself doing things that you're not supposed to be doing because you want to rush out of that season. But the season that you are in, you are meant to be in that season, because God does not make mistake. God wants you to go through something for a particular reason. Maybe he wants to teach you something. Maybe there's a lesson that he wants you to learn. Maybe there's something that he's testing you in. God does not make mistakes. So the season that you find yourself in, you're meant to be in it. There was a time that I was just in a long time ago, I was in a season where I'm like, God, until when? Until when? And I started to just looking for like solutions. What can I do to get out of this season? Not knowing that there's a reason why I'm in this season. So guys, the season that you are in, you're meant to be in it. You're meant to be in it. So that's another lesson I learned. Lesson number 7. Okay, now listen. This lesson might be a little too personal for me. It might be a little personal. Having trust issues is not an issue. Hey, that's my lesson I learned. I am a person who have crazy trust issues. But I've learned that having trust issues It's not an issue. Honestly, guys, let's be honest. It's not an issue because it's hard to trust people out here. You never know people's intentions. There's crazy people in the world, you know, and having trust issues isn't an issue. You know, we're just taking precautions. That's probably what we should call it. Not trust issues. We're just taking the precautions. We're just being a little slower, letting people in. We're just, you know what I mean? We're just trying to be safe out there. So having trust issues isn't an issue. If you have trust issues, my friend, it's not an issue. Don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. It's not an issue. It's not. Lesson number 8. That was personal, guys. That was personal. But lesson number 8. Family is not always blood. I learned this lesson when I used to work in a foster care system. Family is not always blood. People can love you more than how your family can love you. People can be there for you more than your blood can be there for you. So family isn't always blood. God put people in our lives for a particular reason. God bring people in our lives to lift us up, to, you know, family isn't always blood. And then lesson number 9 is one of my favorite verses in the Bible. I'm not going to read it because I don't remember where it's at, but the Bible does say this. Do to others what you would want them to do to you. Treat others how you would want them to treat you. Simple as that. Simple as that. If you want respect, respect others. If you want people to treat you well, people to treat you with kindness, people to treat you with... If you want to be treated well, you have to treat people well. So treat people how you want to be treated. Just simple as that. It's self-explanatory. And then, guys, I'm gonna finish with the biggest one of them all, which was my first lesson, because God is the Alpha and the Omega. So the beginning and the end. So I'm gonna finish up with my lessons. Lesson number 10. Again, put God first. Honestly, guys, if you put God first, you're going to be surprised with how your life will turn around. You're going to be surprised with how your life will just be a total new thing to you. When you start putting God first, things will start going your way. Things will start going in place, because God always have great plans for us. That's it, you guys. If you guys want a part 2, let me know in the comments. I'll be glad to take a part 2. But if y'all don't want a part 2, don't let me know, so I won't have to take it anymore. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all in my next video, and wish your girl a happy early 30th birthday. You know, it's like in less than a year. It's in a year and a half or so. I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video.